Here are the balance changes coming to Season 5. First, we'll start off with Vanguards. Angela, her spear dash will actually be 2 meters per second quicker, and her ultimate spear, when she throws it, will have 200 additional health, going from 600 to 800. Penny Parker's webs will now give all of her allies the same buffs it gives her: movement speed and healing per second. Allies will move 25% quicker and get 12 HP per second on the webs. Magneto got a massive buff, and that's because his bulwark and his self bubble are going to be on separate cooldowns now, and that is going to make him infinitely better, especially with that team up with Gambit. Magneto mains, rejoice. But the downside is the bubble goes from 250 HP to 200. During Cap's freedom charge, he will give 30% alt charge increase to everybody that is in his trail. Groot got a dope buff. When he's near his Ironwood wall, as long as it's activated, he is CC immune, but he needs to be within 15 meters of it. A huge buff for Hulk. Whenever Hulk uses his clap, if it lands on enemies, each enemy will reduce his shield cooldown by 1 second. That is going to greatly improve how Hulk plays. The Thing got major changes, and I'm going to just read it because it's a lot, but it's exciting. So check this out. When he uses his embattled leap or his dash towards an ally, it will give everybody in the zone that he lands within 5 meters 20% damage reduction. He will no longer just immediately apply it to the person he dashes to. It's everybody in a zone around them. But instead of 25%, it's just going to be 20% to everybody. His battle blitz or his dash towards the enemies is going to give them 20% vulnerability, meaning they'll take 20% more damage while he's fighting them. And that also applies to everyone within 5 meters of where you land. 20% damage to everyone you apply that to is massive for high level play. He's going to get a reduction in his stone haymaker, so it goes from 90 to 55 damage, but it now deals percent life, so it'll actually deal 8% of their max HP alongside of that 55 damage. And he gains bonus health to everyone he hits, up to 100 additional HP every time he clocks. Gonna be honest, that sounds dope. For Adam Warlock, he can fly faster in his soul form by double. It's going to reduce how long it takes to get that res off, and it makes it so that it has a little larger reach around your body as to who gets reses by 5 meters, from 30 to 35, and the alt charge, just for the numbers' sake, goes from 4,700 to 4,500. Cloak and Dagger are going to be a 275 HP hero. Invisible Woman is going to get sizable buffs, in my opinion. So her orb is going to have increased hit damage by 5, which is not a big deal. It also has more range on that orb, and it goes faster, so it can get there quicker. Her force physics is going to have an increase of 5 meters. And then the best buff of all, Invisible Woman, if there is no Guardian Shield out, can actually press F, which is her recall button, to put a shield in front of herself. And that is going to make her far more threatening against dive. Rocket's right click is going to have an increase in ammo from 5 to 7 and a 20 meter per second increase in speed. His BRB is going to be reduced from 45 to 40 second cooldown. And his left click or his attack is going to have an increase in projectile speed of 30 meters per second. So that will vastly increase his offensive capabilities. Loki is also going to be a 275 HP hero. He's going to have 30% less fall off at range. And when you directly land his attack on allies, it'll give 10 additional HP per land because it's a direct hit, which I think is a cool change. Hawkeye is going to have 15 more damage at the end of his charge of his arrow shots. Phoenix is going to have less fall off damage of about 15% at range. Mr. Fantastic is kind of crazy, so listen to this. When he's using his inflated state, he can now use reflective rubber, so he can use his cooldown during that state. Instead of getting 350 additional HP or over health when you enter that state, he will now instead increase his maximum HP, and it'll give him a one-time heal while in that state. But when you go back to your normal form, it will go back. Storm is getting an increase in damage boost to allies. On a standard form, it's 10 to 12%, while in Goddess Boost form, it goes from 12 to 15%. Squirrel Girl is getting 10 more damage on her acorns. Spider-Man is getting a reduction in cooldown time to get his webs back, so it goes from 2.5 to 2 seconds. And they're increasing the amazing combo damage from 60 to 70. Punisher is losing his team up, so they're going to buff some stuff about him, including the fact that they're going to give him back to 300 HP, just standard without the team up. His AR is going to have 15% less fall off at range, and his shotty is going to have 2 additional pellets up close, so that could make it much stronger. For Wolverine, he's going to get more total HP percent damage to Vanguards. This is going to be brutal, I'll tell you that much, and also his Feral Leap has a reduction from 15 seconds back down to 12 seconds. Gonna be honest, I want to ban him every game.